The Executive Director of Space for Change, Victoria Ibezim Ohairi, has advocated an improved collaboration between the banking sector and the non-profitable organizations in the area of checkmating movements of funds perceived to enhance terrorism financing in West Africa. Ibezim Ohairi, who spoke at a two-day workshop on terrorism financing risk assessment of non-profit organizations in Nigeria, explained that on many occasions the non-profit organizations were being denied to carrying out its legal responsibilities because of series of limitations and restrictions enforced by the banks and other financial institutions. And other speakers include an Executive Director Evaluation and Compliance at the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa. Dr. Bunu Nduka called for a sustainable understanding that will help facilitation of works of the non-profit organizations with the banks and financial institutions across the country.
The essence of the conversation we're having today is that while regulatory controls are important, they need not to be unduly disproportionate. They need not hamper, they need not disrupt the legitimate operations of charitable entities. So that is why we're having this conversation. They need to also understand what disproportionate means, what aspects of their banking services are being excessively restrictive, and what can be done to remove those barriers and obstacles, because the alternative is people will now have to start looking for informal or unregulated or sometimes channels or platforms that increase our vulnerability to illicit financial flows. So we need to stop that.
The countries and their institutions are now supposed to undertake certain measures, including what we call risk-based approach to monitoring in terms of capacity building of the various stakeholders, the competent authorities like the regulators and so forth, and then the MPOs themselves to be able to know their obligations with respect to complying with these international standards.
This is an international issue. And there are international rules, and the Financial Action Task Force and its regional bodies, including GIABA here in West Africa, have an important role in improving understanding of these problems and in assessing the measures that individual countries take. And they have indeed assessed the measures that have been taken here in Nigeria. But ultimately, the solutions have to be local. And one of the things about this conference that we're here doing today is that it's bringing together stakeholders from the MPO sector, from government, from banks, to try to find what the Nigerian solutions to these problems may be. They may be global issues, but the solutions will always